Welcome back. If you came from part 1, then you know that we were talking about the success of Masego's Pink Polo project. We're starting off part 2 talking about the introduction of his alter ego, Uncle Sego. Let's go. Pink Polo was also where he introduced his other personality, Uncle Sego. This character is partially inspired by his paternal uncles, who he always admired growing up, and a Dairy Queen employee who was always trying to holler at girls. Uncle Sego makes an appearance in the Girls That Dance video. You can see Billy Mercury, a fellow Virginia artist, and him get into it. He also makes an ode to French Prince of Bel-Air's Uncle Phil at the beginning of the video. These details are important because they establish this duality of him being an old soul while still being youthful and playful. A few months after Pink Polo dropped, he did Late Night with GoldLink, also produced by Medicine. This song was originally Masego's, but he gave it to Gold because he was more poppin' at the time. This record may have introduced Masego to the EQT Recordings team, who he eventually signed with because GoldLink was already with them. Los Angeles. Sometime after Pink Polo dropped, he moved to Los Angeles, where he currently resides. He couch surfed for his first 2 years there. 2016. Masego put out Loose Thoughts, which is a project his team forced him to release because he was just sitting on a ton of material, many of which he had performed and fans were upset because they couldn't find them. The project's warm response was surprising to him because he considered it a bunch of whatever music. The best thing about this project is that it was more mature than his previous effort. He has a record called Melanin Man where he talks about cultural appropriation, and he used the video for Small Talk to highlight police brutality. Compared to Pink Polo, where he discusses his petty gripes with his generation, this project had more depth. He also collaborated with Van Jess for Touch the Floor. 2017. He put out Navajo on his birthday. Sonically, it's a nice record, although some found the lyrics entitled to be side-eye worthy. He has since explained that the song is about an ex who became far removed from the person he first met. The song is essentially him longing for the person that she used to be. Nonetheless, this became a big record for him. His A Color Show performance has 40 million views. Masego also put out Tadow with FKJ, who he met after opening for him at a show in Denver. FKJ invited Masego to Paris to record. Masego came for one day and they created 11 songs, with Tadow being the first. The improvised way the song came about wasn't a first for Masego, but it was the first time the process was recorded. The song is inspired by a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode where Will is describing this girl who knocks him off his feet. This record has gone on to be Masego's biggest song to date. It has more than 200 million views on YouTube. This year, it was RIAA certified gold. He was featured on Sir's Unana, DJ Jazzy Jeff's Two Step, Star Rose Yams, Boogie's Violence. He also got the chance to interview Quincy, the living legend Jones, in a series promoting Quincy's headphone collection with JBL. 2018. On the heels of this successful collaboration, he released his sophomore album, Lady Lady, in September. The inspiration for this project was women. He grew up in a female-dominated household and realized that there was a woman at every step of the way who helped him become his best self. The album places him at the crossroads of being still a player while simultaneously wanting to settle down. It's this contrast that leads to a versatile project. He really prides himself on the reflection and imagination it took for him to discuss things he had yet to experience, like being married. The album showed an even more mature Masego. He wanted to do things bigger than before. He put more thought into his music. Before, he would create songs on the fly, often just freestyling, but now he decided to be meticulous about his lyrics, even rewriting verses, which was a first. His presentation was different. He made a Steve to Stefan transformation, trading in Hawaiian shirts and chinos for head-to-toe silk designer garb. Much like everything else in his life, a woman motivated this change. He dated a woman who was super into fashion and felt the need to match her fly. Tadow is technically considered to be the first single from the project, but I don't consider it to be due to the distance between that single and his other singles. I believe the label just wanted to capitalize off the record's success because it could aid in the success of the overall project. It's just like how Nicki Minaj tried to add Fifi to her Queen album to secure #1. In my opinion, Lady Lady, produced by Soundwave, Old Age featuring Sir, and Queen Tings featuring Tiffany Goucher are the promotional singles for it. A funny story about Lady Lady is that that the collaboration was initiated by Masego unknowingly dedicating a Woman Crush Wednesday post to Soundwave's girlfriend. Soundwave called, playfully threatening him, and then they ended up working together. Other collaborations include Ari Lennox, though she's not credited, and Dwayne Jackson. The album was executive produced by Nigerian producer Kojo. The cover art represents this place he sees in his dreams, which is this lavish room decorated with the souvenirs of a well-traveled life. The album reached number 13 on the R&B sales chart. He toured off this project in 2018 and 2019. He did festivals, supported Leon Bridges, and did his own global Lady headline tour. 2019, this was the year of collaboration for him. He participated in the Revenge of the Dreamers 3 writing camp. He produced and played sax on Ari Lennox's Up Late. He released Big Girls, which has a speakeasy vibe with the upright bass carrying the song, and Flight 99 with Please Wait. He was featured on Yuna's Amy, Smino's Slay, where he pays homage to Jamie Foxx when he says he wants to get unpredictable, The Game's One Life, which he thought could have been better had he been able to record in a more suitable place for Sasha, his sax, and Kaytranada's Needed. 2020. It's safe to say that 2019 was good for him because in the midst of a global pandemic where many, including artists, are facing financial insecurity due to the loss of a major revenue source, touring, he's seemingly cool. He put out King's Rant where he brags on some of his career highlights. In a BT interview, he talked about being 1/3 of the way close to his dream of owning 6 houses. He owns 2 now and is very close to buying land in Ghana.
Oh, I ain't even see you there. My bad. Listen. All right, check it out. Oh, this whole thing? Nah, I ain't go to Burger King. This is just something I just woke up with.
He also put out Veg Out and was featured on Kalani's Hate the Club, Grace Weber's Crazy to Hope, Alex Isley's Good and Plenty, Sinead Harnet's Stickin', which also featured Van Jess, his bandmate Maxwell Hunter's Shy Win, which received a placement on Issa Rae's Insecure, and Ro James's Slow Down. Future. The future is in Masego's hands. He said in interviews that he wants his new music to be more instrument-based. He also wants to reach the Erykah Badu level of bearing it all and being super vulnerable in his lyrics. In his RBC music interview, he said he was working on developing scripts for shows and cartoons. He is also a big fan of technology and especially Elon Musk. He has forayed into tech previously. While in college, he developed a social media app for creatives called Network by Masego, which never took off, so it'll be interesting to see if he delves back into that area now that he has more means to see a project through. For me personally, I would love to see Masego collaborate with artists like Chloe and Holly, Lucky Day, Anderson .Paak. He's mentioned wanting to collaborate with Burna Boy, which I think would be cool given that they both done these cool plays on currency, with Burna Boy's Burna Bank and Masego's Masego Money. Given his newfound interest in fashion, I would love to see him work with Paris Cole, who styles Lucky Day, and Ari Lennox because she gets the luxury vintage vibe he's going for. It would also be great to see him do some fashion campaigns for brands. Masego is a breath of fresh air in more ways than one. He's a part of this new line of artists who are bringing true craftsmanship back to music. I believe that he has everything it takes to be like the multi-hyphenate I do everything artist he admires. This is Masego, and these are my thoughts on him. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on this video. Thanks.